I don't know why he saved my life. Maybe in those last moments he loved life more than he ever had before. Not just his life, anybody's life. My life. All he'd wanted were the same answers the rest of us want. Where do I come from? Where am I going? How long have I got? All I could do was sit there and watch him die.
All of these questions have been around humans' minds for years, from philosophers to scientists, from children to elderly people, from criminals to good citizens. But actually, this quote is not talking about a human being. It goes further than that. It refers to a replicant. Hi, my name is Priscilla, and today I will be talking about Blade Runner. Blade Runner is a neo-noir feature film directed by Ridley Scott, released in 1982. The action takes place in a dystopic 2019 where we follow Reed Deckard, a cop masterfully played by Harrison Ford, who is tasked to hunt experimental biological robots known as replicants. This movie deals with a lot of interesting philosophical and psychological concepts, but I would like to focus on one element in particular: posthumanism, its causes, and possible consequences on the human race. In order for us to understand this topic, first, we need to understand humanism. Humanism is a historical movement that started on the 15th century. It is well known because it is anthropocentric. Well, we say anthropocentric because it puts the man in the center of history, science, philosophy, and so on. Yes, you heard correctly, the man. But not any man, just the white man. We can observe humanism in Virginia Woolf's work. She was born on January the 25th of 1882. She was an English writer of essays, novels, literary history, and women's writing. One of her books is Street Hunting, a London Adventure, in which it describes the adventure of a woman through the streets of London. She portrays her character as a flaneur, someone who walks around not doing anything in particular but just watching people and society, according to the Cambridge Dictionary. They were popular at the time when Virginia wrote this book. Nevertheless, this term was mainly attributed to a man.
Mais d'autre part, je sens que ma vie passe et que d'autres vies se déroulent parallèlement à la mienne. Et je suis comme frustré d'être resté étranger à ces vies, de n'avoir pas retenu chacune de ces femmes, ne serait-ce qu'un instant, dans leur marche précipitée vers je ne sais quel travail, vers je ne sais quel plaisir.
Virginia's main character on Street Hunting wants to go out for a walk because she needs to buy a pencil. But in this case, the pencil doesn't matter that much. In fact, it is just an excuse to walk down the street just as a flaneur does. I would like to point out the fact that at that time, women needed an excuse to walk down the streets by themselves because women didn't have much of autonomy. They relied mainly in men. We can also find that out throughout the story. She was thinking that, after all, feet are the most important part of the whole person. Women, she said to herself, have been loved for their feet alone. As we can understand, women were only valued by their physical appearance at that time.
Redmond?
Lady Lyndon was soon destined to occupy a place in Barry's life.
not very much more important than the elegant carpets and pictures which would form the pleasant background of his existence.
Virginia was really advanced for her time because she was a woman writing and publishing about gender issues and their impact on society. Nevertheless, she still has a humanist way of thinking. While she is walking around the streets of London, everything that she sees or perceives through her senses reminds her of her own human existence. Everything is related to her memories, experiences, thoughts, and her human self perspective. But she never goes forward than that. She remains centered on humanity. In Blade Runner, humanity is no longer situated on an anthropological way of thinking. It is not just white men, it is men and women of all races united against the immolation of a human, the replicants. This is what we call posthumanism. Posthumanism is about a new era that we have created all along with technology. We've created machines, robots, artificial intelligence, but what's interesting is that all of these creations tend to have human features.
So do you know what I'm thinking right now?
Well, I take it from your tone that you're challenging me. Maybe because you're curious how I work? Do you want to know how I work?
Yeah, actually. How do you work?
Well, basically, I have intuition. I mean, the DNA of who I am is based on the millions of personalities of all the programmers who wrote me. But what makes me, me, is my ability to grow through my experiences. So basically, in every moment I'm evolving, just like you.
We have given human features to robots. And this condition has led to one question that Ridley Scott introduced into the movie. What makes a human humane? In the movie, Descartes, considered as a human, was given the mission of destroying replicants, and he is pretty good at it. We can see how he performs this task perfectly. But almost at the end of the movie, there is one scene when Rick is fighting for his life against the replicant, and it is actually the replicant who decides to save his life. At the end of the movie, we can see how Descartes killed without hesitation. He just did it because he was told to do so, like a machine that is programmed to accomplish a task. Meanwhile, the replicant, at his last moments of life, made the decision of saving Descartes' life. So we can find that one of the answers for our question is choice. We define ourselves and our humanity throughout every decision we make. The decision of waking up in the morning. The decision of getting married and have kids. The decision of letting go. And those decisions are made of questions. What do I live for? What do I believe in? Why do I love that person? It's okay to wonder all the time, because at the end, that's what makes us who we are. For better or for worse, we are.